Richard Keane, and I'm here to tell you about Innovate and picking the right trail shoe for the type of running that you do. Innovate have a whole range of shoes, and different shoes are suited for different types of terrain. This is the F-Lite sole, and as you can see, it doesn't have a huge amount of grip on it. It might be very well suited for dry surfaces, but here in New Zealand, most of the surfaces that we run over have got lots of mud and lots of rock and lots of streams and water. So we need something that's got a bit more grip. This is the Mud Claw, which is really suited to really muddy surfaces. It'll give you an immense amount of grip on mud or long grass. The downside of that, of course, is that when you get on a harder surface with a sole like this, it'll actually slow you down. For most New Zealand conditions that incorporate everything from mud, rivers, rock, tree roots, plus always a little bit of gravel road or harder surfaces, we tend to recommend that the ideal hybrid shoe is the Rocklite sole. Now this Rocklite sole is great, and it works on everything from mud to clay right through to gravel roads. Keep in mind that there's no sole in the world that'll work well on wet wood, as in tree roots. Now the Rocklite comes in a number of different variants. Same sole, different shoes. But it's the sole that is the critical thing to get the sole right for a start. In addition to the F-Lite sole, which we've already shown you, the Mud Claw, the Rocklite, there is also the Cross Talon, which has studs that are a little more widely spaced. Very, very grippy shoe. Not quite so good if you're running on harder surfaces for long periods of time. You'll start to feel these studs coming through on your foot. This shoe is winning all the mountain races. It's a great shoe and a very fast shoe. Just keep in mind that if you're running ultras on harder surfaces, maybe not the shoe for you. And the other sole is the Bear Grip. Now this again is very similar to the Rocklite in terms of the sole, so it's very grippy, but the shoe itself is totally different. It's a very flexible shoe both ways. So you can run over lots of surfaces on this, very light, but if you've got any sharp obstacles, sharp rocks or tree roots, probably not the one for you. This is great on sand, old-fashioned cross-country, that's on grass surfaces, or soft forests. So once you've established what the correct sole is for the type of running you do, the distances, then you have to look at the upper. And there are different uppers in terms of how free draining they are. Our most popular shoe is the Rocklite 295, which has a very, very free draining upper. You can run through a river, 5 paces later, all the water's gone. That's how free draining it is. Some of the other shoes, the Rocklite 295 for instance, are even more free draining. The flip side of a free draining upper, of course, is that it may not be quite as durable as some of the other uppers. On the Rocklite 315 here, for instance, it has a double skin upper, so instead of taking 5 paces after you've been through the river, it may take 10 for all the water to clear, but this upper is a lot more durable and it will withstand a lot more abrasion as you run through the forest. The other feature that you need to look for in choosing a shoe is fit and comfort. There are basically 2 widths of shoe that Innovate produce. The 295 here is a very wide, a comfort last, so it'll fit most wider feet, whereas the 285 is built on a narrower last, so there's a lot of feet, particularly New Zealand feet, which is just too narrow for. So you need to get the shoe right in terms of comfort. You're going to be on your feet a long time, and your foot is going to be going through a whole range of motions as you run trails, so you need to have it comfortable. There's one more option which comes into it with regard to the fit, and that is the heel. We've got 2 shoes here which are very similar, the Rocklite 295, which is the black one, and the turquoise one is the Rocklite 268. Almost identical, except for the colour of course, except that the 268 has a narrower heel. So that if you do have a narrower heel but with a wide foot, that's the shoe for you. Now one thing that we tend to disregard totally when we're looking at shoes is the colour. A lot of people buy their shoes on the basis of how cool the colour looks. The reality is, if you're a trail runner, it doesn't matter at all. You get 50 metres down the road and they all look the same colour, covered in mud. Come back and look at some of our other little video clips and we'll give you more hints on which shoe is the best for the type of running that you do. Thanks.